Hello and welcome back to the Bright Light Wellness YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm your host, Vanessa Baldwin. I am a classical homeopath. I am also a certified quantum and circadian clinician, as well as an ancestral health practitioner. And today I want to do something different. Today I want to chat with you about what supports do I use on a daily basis to maintain my health. And I do quite a few things. Most of the things that I do are free. Most of the things I do are free. I set my circadian rhythm by going outside every morning. I ground every day. I get sunrise light. I take walks outside. I get a lot of natural light in my day. Um, Throughout the day, naked eyes, naked skin as much as I can. Wear my blue blockers at night. I should have would have had blue blockers over. Blue blockers have been a game changer for me. I keep the lights dim. We use red and orange bulbs. We use correct lighting in the house. So a lot of the blue blockers aren't necessarily free, but a lot of the things I do to maintain my health are free. I do a lot of nature-based things, a lot of earthing, a lot of sunlight, a lot of living with the rhythm of the sun, eating with the rhythm of the sun, supporting my meal timing that way. Those things are all free things that I do, and they have made an immense difference. And I honestly, that's where I start my clients, like doing the free things first. Always, always do I have them doing the free things first. And then, of course, I'm a classical homeopath. I utilize homeopathy to support my health greatly. It's been a huge help as well. But you have to understand that my health really, really crashed really hard. And that was due to many factors. But one of them was a medical intervention that I got around the 2020 time. And after that, I developed symptoms of what we would call mast cell activation syndrome. And as whereas my health is I would say it's 95% better than where it was when I had my health crash. There are still things I'm working on, and there are things that I need to do to maintain my health. And those things are the free things of getting outside at sunrise light, really, really entraining my circadian biology, eating a seasonal local ancestral diet. I have a webinar on that if you need support. Grounding every day, getting sunlight every day, really getting my light environment dialed in and right. I have a webinar called My Get Your Light Right webinar as well if you don't know what I'm talking about. But all of that has been super supportive, really being connected with nature, doing all of the things, right, to get all of the free things. And then slowly but surely, because I had went from allopathic medicine to functional medicine and was like really almost like traumatized by functional medicine because everything was wrong with me, right? I had every single, parasite and mold and, oxalate overload and bacterias and all kinds of things. And I was like sensitive to every food on the planet, can't eat anything, put on all these restrictive diets, taking all these supplements and not feeling any improvements. So I was almost like traumatized by that. So it took me like I was very anti-support or anti-supplements for a while because I was like almost just needed to step away from that and just honestly my body needed that too and not give it so many inputs and just give it nature's inputs. That's what I needed for some time. And then I was able to add in homeopathy. And since adding in homeopathy, I am stronger and now can handle supplements. I used to be way more sensitive and not being able to handle things. And now my body can tolerate and handle more things than it used to because my body's stronger. I'm not as reactive, right? So it's been a slow process, but now I'm kind of getting back into like, what are the supports and supplements that can support me? So I want to share with you what I do use and what I found to be supportive for me. And you can try those out for yourself if you'd like as well. But of course, to each his own. And I think everything is individualized. And that's why I write personalized healthcare plans for people because it should be tailored and individualized to you. However, there are certain things that everybody could benefit from. So let's just talk about what I use on a daily regular and one of my favorite things is I drink a stinging nettles tea infusion tea every day. So this is how I make it. I buy some from Mountain Rose Herbs is where I buy from. I don't have a discount code. I've actually tried several times to get one. I don't know. But um, You can, it is linked in my free product guide. All of the things I talk about today will be linked in my free product guide. So you can go ahead and learn about these things and use them to see fit for you, and you learn how I use them. But I eat drinking stinging nettles tea every day. So what you do is just put some, I put in, and I like stinging nettles because it's an herb that is grown in the region where I live. It's a North American, Northeast region herb. So it's grown here. So it's very aligned to, what we could use in our environment. We always want to look to the environment that can support us. And this is one that I use. So this is one that will be ready tomorrow morning. So you just take a jar, and I put in the herbs at the bottom, or the stinging nettle leaf, loose leaf tea, right? And then you just pour some hot water over it, close the jar lid, and you leave it, and it will infuse, and it'll be ready to drink in 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, I will just, strain the leaves out and drink the tea. I also have structured this water with the MEA water device. I will talk about that in a minute. And I also have a YouTube video on that. But, oh, stinging nettles, what is it good for? Oh my goodness, so many things. It's good for urinary tract health, kidney health, good for gentle detoxification of the liver and the kidneys. It's good for histamine support, so antihistamine support, prostate health, gut health, so many things, joint health, joint pain. So stinging nettles tea can be headaches, anything that would a histamine response would be responsible for, is what this can support. So digestion, I mean, histamine affects everything, right? From urogenitalia to digestion to brain health to joint pain to joint function. So many great things. And it's, what I really love about the singing nettles tea, why I love to drink it so much too, is that it's rich in so many amazing vitamins and minerals. I believe on my free guide, my free product guide, I list the benefits of stinging nettles tea and a link that you can go check out. But it's rich in so many minerals. And I will tell you, because minerals has been something that's been a struggle for me. When I had that medical intervention, I was in a very depleted state. So that also caused me to be affected, right? Because I was already depleted due to some of the lifestyle choices I was making. But this is really strong in minerals and gives you a lot of its mineral like nutrients. So nutrient rich, nutrient dense. And when I drank it for the first couple of weeks, I actually had what we'd call almost like a homeopathic aggravation, or like an aggravation of symptoms. And it took my body a little while to adjust to getting all of those nutrients, because those nutrients and those minerals are helping the body heal and helping the body push things out that don't belong. So go slow with it if you're sensitive. Do every other day, or, when you first begin, or even go less if you need to. But I'm glad I pushed through with it, because it's been something that I now feel the difference. If I don't have time to make my tea and I don't use it, I feel a difference, and it really is supportive to me and my overall health and well-being. And I really, really love drinking it. You can drink it warm or cold. It's great in the summer with some ice. It's great on a winter day with some drink it warm on a nice winter day. I love it. It's one of my favorite supplements that I use. I don't even call it a supplement. I hate to even call it a supplement, because it's just an herb. It's an herbal infusion tea. So it's not really a supplement, but it is one of my favorite things that I use. Another one that's not really a supplement either, it's just important for us to think about, is I use a lot of good quality salts. And good quality salts are important because they are really supporting your cellular health. Actually, you need minerals, right? And Celtic has been my go-to. I also like Baja Gold, but I do prefer Celtic, and I even like the chunky. My family likes the fine, but I like the chunky. But I use both the fine and the chunky. I use the fine when I'm cooking, and I use the chunky as a finishing salt at the end. I love gray sea salt. I use that one a lot, and I use Salt Stay Flora a lot. I like this one a lot as well. I'm able to get all three of these at Whole Foods. Well, these two at Whole Foods. This one I have to buy at some different links, but I have links for you guys if you want to check them out. I love salt. I like salt. You don't want your food to taste too salty, but it's a great, adding good quality sea salt is a great way to get added minerals in your life. And the thing is, we need both minerals from the sea and minerals from the land. So that covers your minerals from the sea, because it's like tons and tons of minerals. But what I've added recently is Shilajit as well. And I like this one because, I mean, I'm sure other ones do come this way as well, but they come in a little tablet that you stick out. Keep them in the fridge is my tip, FYI, because otherwise they get they get to, it's like Shilajit is a resin from Himalayan mountains, and it's rich in minerals that come from the land because it's a resin, so it's rich in minerals that come from the land. So you want both minerals from the sea and minerals from the land. And I've added this in the last like 6 months, and I've definitely noticed improvements in my health and how I'm feeling. Um, Shilajit is, like I said, it's rich in fulvic acid. That's what I was going to say. It's rich in fulvic acid, and it supports so many things: metabolism, blood sugar. Actually, stinging nettles also supports blood sugar, but it supports detox. This is another. Anytime you're adding minerals to the body, you're supporting detox. They help. That fulvic acid is actually supposed to be in our soil. This is what this is rich in, fulvic acid. But it's our soils are so depleted, just like we're depleted of other minerals, we're depleted of fulvic acid in our body. We need it. It helps us remove things like fungus and mold and heavy metals out of the body. So it's definitely a great thing to get on board with. I just take one tablet a day and I kind of suck on it. It doesn't taste good. I'm warning you now, it tastes like you're eating dirt a little bit. It's nasty, but it's health supportive. Like we need these minerals back in our lives. So all of these things will really support you if you're struggling with minerals. I am a much bigger proponent of this over like taking like targeted supplementation like magnesium or potassium, like synthetic. I don't really like synthetic things, as you can see. Like this is from nature. Salt's from nature. This is from nature. Stinging nettles tea is nature. Like I like things that come from nature. So that's where I go to. I do have a discount link for this brand linked in my product guide. It's Bright Light Wellness. That's the discount code, Bright Light Wellness. And I do have a link for you on my free product guide of where you can buy this one. So check it out. I also have another YouTube video just about the benefits of Shilajit. So you can take a listen. I think it's like 20 minutes just on me talking about all the wonderful things that Shilajit does. Okay, what's another one? I've been taking this for so long. This is Pulse Aldino's Histamine Immune. It was one of the first things I started taking back when I was trying to like fix myself. I got on this supplement because I was doing a carnivore diet. But actually, I find it really supportive. And it's like one of the things I used in the beginning to support my histamines, a histamine issue. And this obviously it's supporting your immune system and your histamine. And I don't have a discount code or anything like that. But basically, it's desiccated organs. So it's thymus, lung, kidney, spleen, and liver in a gelatin capsule. So I take two, but you got to see what works for you. They recommend six. For me, that was way too many. But I noticed I didn't feel as good. Like you have everything is individualized. So if two works for me, you might find a different amount. And I do sway tests and muscle tests and decide sometimes I don't take things because I learned how to muscle test myself, and I can choose then. I can use that as a metric to decide whether I want a supplement or not. But even more so now, it's intuitive a lot of times as well. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take this or I'm not going to take this. It becomes very intuitive. Just need a sip of water. Mountain Valley Spring is my favorite water. So that's what I'm drinking. Okay, so that's one that I do use. Okay, now another one I've been taking for so long is Lugol's iodine. I don't recommend taking it orally. I recommend taking it topically. And what I do is I just, oh, you can see my little, you can kind of see I had it on there this morning. So what I do is I just take a drop and I rub it in every day. And now I don't do this every day either. And I shouldn't say every day because I just do it some days. It's Lugol's. A great book to read about iodine and its importance is called The Iodine Crisis. We are really all iodine deficient and we need more iodine in our life. And iodine helps support like removal of infections and pathogens and does lots of other great things, but that's one of the things it does. So anyway, the way you can tell if you're deficient or not is if you put it on and your body doesn't absorb it, you will need more. Like that's a sign that you need more. But if your body does absorb it really fast, if your body, excuse me, when you put the drop on your arm, if your body doesn't absorb it very quickly, that means that you're not as deficient as you would think. And that took some time for me to get to. And then after a while, that will happen. But when your body needs it, it'll absorb it really fast. Like the iodine will just really fastly go into your skin. So when I first started using it, my body would absorb it really fast. And then after like some time, probably like 6 months to a year, my body was not needing as much. And then I was intuitively leaning into it. I did use it today, but I definitely don't use it every day. I muscle test. I'm intuitive about it. Some days I use it, some days I don't, but I do recommend absorbing on the skin as a way to use iodine. That's my way. Oh, another one I use, this is again, it's most of the things like I'm saying here, if you notice, they're not really supplements, they're supports from nature. This happens to be another one. This is dulse, is a type of seaweed. These are in the flakes. So these are, this is Marine Coast sea veggies. I have these in little salt shakers also, and I like to get different ones, but it's another way to get some really good minerals in your life. Like this one is super rich in it's super rich in iodine, but also potassium, vitamin C, calcium, and magnesium. So it's a great source of minerals. And I just sprinkle these on my food. Like I'll sprinkle it on my eggs in the morning. Again, do I use it every day? No, but if I feel like I need a little bit of boost or a little bit of charge, these are the things I go to. More minerals. Minerals, when I feel depleted, I go to minerals typically. Minerals a lot. And most of the things I just shared with you are minerals. Stinging nettles tea is minerals, the seaweed, the different sea salts, the fulvic acid, iodine. But okay, these are organs, but they're going to be super nutrient dense and mineral rich as well. Okay, another one that I use, another mineral support that I use is I use a 12-in-1 cell salt right now. Cell salts, if you know nothing about them, they were founded by Dr. Schussler, and there are 12 different cell salts like that the body is made up of. They're combinations of different minerals, or not really combinations, but they're like an example of a cell salt would be calc phos, which is calcium phosphoricum or calcium and phosphorus, right? So these are the minerals that make up us, our organs, our tissues, our bones, our hair, our nails, everything, our cells. We need to have a certain amount of these cell salts. And you can learn more on my cell salts course about which cell salts you are deficient in. The thing about taking a cell salt is that it works on the nutrient level and it works on the energetic level. So the ones that I recommend are cell salts that come in a 6C, and they will work on both nutrients and energetic level. So there is some of the original substance left. So you are getting some of those 12 cell salts in a nutrient form, but you're also getting it in the energetic form, which the amazing part about it in the energetic form is it teaches your body how to reabsorb and use minerals better so you don't need them all the time. I haven't really been taking this for this long, only a couple months. I started with a 12-in-1 because I felt like my body just needed that rebalancing on an overall scale, because I had years and years and years where I was so sick that I was having chronic water diarrhea. So I wanted to replenish my body for a little while with a 12-in-1, and then I'm going to go back to picking targeted ones. Now, if you get my course, the cell salts course, even as a practitioner, that's a great course because it will teach your body it'll teach you how to know what cell salts someone is deficient in, okay, by knowing their symptoms and then prescribing the cell salts. So it's a really great course, and it's not that expensive. You can also use it for yourself, for your family, and you can learn what is the symptomology that develops when said person is deficient in this cell salt, say nat mur or caliphos or nat phos or whatever, or silica, and you know what the symptomology is, then you can prescribe said cell salt for a certain period of time to replenish the body of it and to teach the body how to better use and absorb that cell salt again. So that's why it's great for practitioners also, that course. It's great for moms as well. If you had a very depleting chronic illness experience, a 12-in-1 is a great place to start, okay? Because then you'll feel a little bit more like you're getting vitality back in your life. Okay, I'm just going to take a sip of water. So again, a cell salt, again, is not, I don't really consider it a supplement. I consider it a mineral support, but it's, again, from nature. Cell salts they're made from materials from nature. So again, I'm very nature based, as you can see. Okay, so next ones are a couple new things that I've been taking. The next one that I'm going to talk to you about is the Body Bio phosphatidylcholine. Now, I was like unsure about this for a little while, and a colleague of mine, or a mentor of mine, I should say, is someone who I'm going to be training with. I'm going to be taking her course called The Cellular Cure, Justine Stenger, kept talking about the benefits of it. And we had her on our podcast, and I was like, okay, I can do this. Like when she started talking about the benefits, I was like, I think this is something that I probably should give a go to, considering that my system has been, really depleted of nutrients and really in a chronic disease state for a really long time. I'm sure I probably need this. So basically, what it is it's phospholipids, and these help rebuild every cell in your body, including your brain and your overall health. So they help with healing the cell membrane and help maintain its integrity and function. So it really is working with this for cellular health. That's what it actually is for, cellular repair. And it's essential. Phospholipids, by the way, are an essential fatty acid. And yes, we can eat fatty acids. We can eat egg yolks, which has phospholipids, and we can eat, meats and things like that. But the amount of phospholipids that we need when we're already chronically sick, number one, and our body's in the cell danger response, and then add on all the toxin exposure that we're stuck with, we need a lot more than we could possibly eat. And this is giving the big bang, just the big punch. So it supports mitochondria function, supports brain health, it supports, essential for your memory. I'm just looking at some notes about what I have about it, but yeah, it's good for brain fog, supports cognitive function, cellular repair, cellular memory recall, mitochondrial function, nerve signaling, liver function, and bile support as well. So this is really incredible, but most importantly, it's healing you at a cellular level, and that's really what you want. Some people will be worried about like this phospholipids, the PC phospholipids is the best quality that you can get of phospholipids out there, number one. And it is derived from soy. However, it's not derived from soy protein, which people react to, and that is unhealthy for us, right? But it's derived from soy, but there's no soy protein in it. So they test every single one, and it's liposomes. So it's going to pass through the digestive system and allow nutrients to get directly to the cell, which really is important. Um, it's so some people will talk about lecithin, right? I actually took soy lecithin at one point, from a practitioner like years and years ago, and that didn't seem to help at all. But this actually has seemed to support me, and I'm working my way up to taking even more. So anyway, this because I just want to just reiterate that so I get it right for you. It says that this form of isolated phospholipids that forms liposomes, while soy lecithin, excuse me, will not form liposomes in the body. So the difference is that this one forms the liposomes, and this is what makes it get right into the cell. It bypasses the digestive system, it gets right into the cell. So it's much better than taking something like, your soy lecithin. And then again, it doesn't have, you're not going to have an allergic. I mean, if you're having a soy allergy, maybe you want to be more cautious, but if you're just like kind of sensitive, you're not gonna, there's no protein in it. Most people are sensitive to soy protein. And it's a healthy fat for us that we really need. And then it also increases mental clarity, energy, and brain fog, and will support your cellular health and your cognition and your recall. So really, really good. Um, this is something that I will probably take for the rest of my life. And again, I don't really think of it as a supplement. I'm just taking more essential nutrients. I'm just adding more nutrients into my body. Like I'm taking more essential fatty acids because I just can't eat that many egg yolks, or I can't eat that much. I eat food, but like, we can't eat as much as we can combat this toxic world is the point. So anyway, I'll probably take this for life. I did become an affiliate with Body Bio, so I do have a discount code there. That'll be also linked in my free product guide as well for you guys. And so the other one that I've been taking, which they recommend that you take together, you always want to take the phosphatidylcholine with flaxseed as well. And this is from this is their balance oil, which is their flaxseed. So basically it's linoleic acid, but it's coming from flaxseed. Now people are always like, okay, it has safflower oil. And when I recommend this, I always get, it has flaxseed oil and safflower oil, which are people are seed oils and we shouldn't be eating these. Okay, yes, you don't want to eat them in your, processed foods, and you don't want to eat them on the store shelf because these are ultra processed oils. This is not, first of all, you're going to keep this in the fridge. It's not heated, doesn't contain hexane. It is in the real, like, flax seeds aren't bad for you. Safflower, sunflowers aren't bad for you. Where the problem is the processing. This is not processed in a way that's harmful to your body. This is processed in a way that's going to support your healing of your body. So it's recommended to take the PC and the balance oil together. So I just wanted to share that with you. And they're optimized to protect your brain and your body. So balance oil is composed of fatty acids. It is cold pressed to protect the delicacy of the essential fatty acids derived carefully from organic seed oils. I know we think those are bad, but they're not necessarily bad. Okay, it's the way that they're processed. But these are carefully treated organic seed oils that support cell membrane function. When you remove all of that from your body, that actually can have your health and your cells deteriorating. So it supports the body's natural cellular function by targeting main biochemical effects of aging, like oxidative stress, okay, and mitochondrial deterioration. So again, this is going to support the body's oxidative stress, which is free radicals, right? It's going to support your redox potential. I have a video on redox. Both of these essential fatty acids support redox and help you get out of the cell danger response. And then thus you'll have less oxidative stress in your body. And you don't want that. Oxidative stress is loss of electrons. It is loss of energy. It is electrons that fall off the electron transport chain and they become a free radical. And then they don't know what they're doing. Like they're just free floating. And then that's called damage to your cells. Okay. What else does the balanced oil do? I just want to tell you, it lowers triglycerides, it enhances digestive health, it modulates blood clotting, supports brain function, immune health, skin and hair. So it supports a lot of things. It says this one's supposed to be in the refrigerator, just so you know. You never want to heat either one of these because that will destroy them. And then that denatures them. That's why the seed oils that you buy from the food store it's the way that they're processed. It's because they're ultra processed and heated and ruined. We've denatured the double bonds, the essential fatty acids. We've denatured them. This is beautifully kept. This one does not have to be refrigerated. This one does have to be refrigerated. So I take this every day and I'm seeing a difference. And it supports heart health, brain function, and immune health. So super supportive. And people will tell you, oh, you shouldn't take omega-6s. They're not good for you. We need a balance of omega-3 and omega-6. Everything in the body needs to be in balance. And when we like swing the pendulum one way, right, we do get disease. And we swing the pendulum the other way, we get disease, right? So if you think back, like, oh, we were all like back in the 90s, like, oh my God, it was all like the omega-6s, right? Right. And people got sick. And then we went all the way to the omega-3s and people took out the omega-6s. And there's people are still not doing well. We need a balance. Everything in life is about balance. Okay. The balance oil will help you be balanced. Get the balance. Anyway, so like we were saying before, unrefined, non-oxidized omega-6 from safflower oil and flaxseed oil, which contain essential fatty acids, are pivotal for health of our mitochondria function and our muscular function. Okay. Things like raw seeds, like sunflower, chia seeds, and pumpkin seeds, these are natural forms of linoleic acid, and they are actually healthy for you. Okay. And there's also anuronic acid, which is essential fatty acids we must consume. Like we must consume these fatty acids. We cannot make them ourselves. Like you cannot make these. You have to consume them. Okay. All right. So again, I think of these as really everything I mentioned so far, I don't think of as supplements. I think them as nutrients, really, and like important minerals and nutrients that the body needs. And they all come from nature. Like I don't promote a lot of things that are synthetic. These are all from nature. Nature, nature, nature. That's what I like, nature. I'm sorry, my YouTube videos are not that polished. I need a sip of water. Okay, so the next one I want to share is the Body Biocalm. I have not taken this, but I do know a client I know clients who use it, and it's good for nervous system support or like anxiety and things like that. Now, of course, I think if you have some sort of anxiety or any kind of gut imbalance or mineral imbalance, you need to meet with a classical homeopath, work with them, and they will help you get those things more balanced. But as we're in the healing phase, it's nice to have things like this that we can go to when we're feeling really agitated that can support us, right? And this is one that I'm going to plan to try. I haven't needed it. It's unlocked. I haven't opened it. I got it a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't needed it. But if I feel really anxious, I'm excited. I will be excited to try it. And this is the Body Bio Calm. And I do personally have clients who have used it successfully to support their anxiety. And I do want to remind you, please don't just buy these things on Amazon. I actually spoke with the owner of the company, and when you just buy these things on Amazon, you may not be getting exactly what you paid for. Just want to put an FYI out there. So what does the Calm have in it? It has glycine, which is a neurotransmitter that supports relaxation and healthy stress. Most important neurotransmitter for the central nervous system, particularly in the brainstem and the spinal cord. It also has taurine, which is an amino acid that benefits the brain and the body, increases GABA levels to calm neurotransmitters in the brain, promoting relaxation and happiness. It also contains rhododendron, which is an adaptogen, which works to ease stress and reduce brain fog and increase focus. It helps balance the brain chemicals serotonin, norepinephrine. It helps heighten mood and dopamine without causing drowsiness and fatigue. So that's that beautiful adaptogen. Again, I wouldn't start with any of these supplements. I would get my lifestyle dialed in first. But if your lifestyle is dialed in and you're still struggling, then you go to these things, right? Say you're doing all the things, you're on homeopathy, you're doing all the, your lifestyle is totally dialed in, circadian biology is dialed in, you're still struggling. Okay, maybe you go to something like this. Then there's also I don't know if I say this one right, but it's phosphatidylserine. It supports healthy cortisol levels and improves the stress response, and it enhances mood, improves immunity, and helps you better cope with stress. And then there's manganese, which supports the histamine levels as well and the neurotransmitters. So this is really good for adrenal support. It's good for stress response, promoting a sense of calmness. So yeah, check it out. I haven't tried it myself, but I do know clients who have tried it and really, really like it. I have tried this in the past, like years ago. This was given to me, sodium butyrate, but I'm willing to try it again. It's a short chain fatty acid, improves gut health, digestion, and metabolic syndrome. So it's just sodium butyrate. I don't need this right now, but I'm gonna hold on to it if I feel like things are off in my system and go for it if it is, and add some more butyrate. Butyrate is really supportive for the gut health. It's a short chain fatty acid that supports healthy gut bacteria. So if I feel like I need it, I'm going to go for it. Anyway, it naturally occurs in the body and is the most widely researched. And this one is the best. The sodium butyrate is the best one to get. So it can improve gut function, reduce inflammation, burn fat, cleanse the liver and the gallbladder, control ammonia, suppress the desire to overeat, create an environment where cancer cells are not given the condition to thrive, and promotes a healthy gut microbiome. So like I said, I used this before when I was given like a gazillion supplements. And at that time, my body was just not in a place to receive or absorb anything. So I do know many people who have used this with success. So it is something to consider if you're struggling. Again, I wouldn't start here. I would get all the lifestyle stuff dialed in. I would get support. I would get a coach to support you along the way. But it's something that can support you. Like a supplement cannot fix you. I just want to say that. Like, I'm not a big promoter of supplements because they cannot fix your problems. Like your lifestyle is going to fix your problems, but these are things that we can use to support us through the process. Okay. And then I want to talk about one more, which this one I actually am going to try. I'm excited about trying. It's the evening primrose oil, which it is another essential fatty acid. Don't be afraid of fatty acid. Your body needs fatty acids. And this is it supports the skin, the body, and the mind. So it's basically just rich in gamma-linolenic acid. So I'm really excited to try this as well. And again, it supports the skin, it supports the immune system, and it supports emotional well-being. So this one is one I am going to be trying very soon. in the next couple of weeks. I've just been so busy after the holidays, not having a chance. But anyway, those are the things that I take. So basically, what do I take? I'm going to be taking the evening primrose oil. I don't take that yet, but I will be trying it. And hopefully it'll be something I'll be adding to my routine. I take the PC and the balance oil. Again, there's just essential fatty acids. I take a 12-in-1 cell salt to support my mineral needs. I take the histamine immune that gives me, I don't really like to eat organs, so this is a way I get organs into my life. I do not take the calm or the sodium butyrate, but I do know clients that this is supportive too. And then I use the Shilajit for my minerals that come from the earth. And I use my different sea salts for the minerals that come from the sea, right? And these are not like things I take. These are just, I sprinkle them on some more minerals in the form of seaweed. And then I have the iodine, which I take sporadically. And then I take the stinging nettles tea, which I love. Okay, last things I want to say that I do supplement with is red light. Okay, I use Kelly Vento's red light therapy torch. I use that in the winter time. This is it. I use that. I also have an EMR Tech red light therapy device. And I love Kyle's from Midwest Red Light Therapies device, his new device, the Prana. I have not gotten to use it, but I've recommended it to several clients and seen really good benefits. Our bodies are very deficient in red light, especially because we are living indoor lifestyles, but especially in the winter for me, I can't get outside as much because it's too cold here. So I supplement with red light therapy. So I do use that as well as a supplement, but again, it's from nature, like it's literally from nature, but it's the same frequencies from nature, right? That you would be getting outside in nature. I can't always get out there, especially in this cold weather, as much as I would like to. The sun is always 50% red light therapy. So you can absolutely get your red light therapy from the sun. Okay. So that's what I do as well. I sit in front of my EMR Tech, and I do like Midwest Red Light Therapy as well. I have discount codes for all of these except for Solewell. Kelly Bento does not give discount codes. I'm just going to put this away so I can talk to you about one last thing that I do use, and that is I do structure my water where I put a negative charge in it too as well. This is something new that I got, and I found a huge benefit from it since doing it. Your body is electric and it runs at a net negative charge. You're like a battery, and we need to gather as much electrons as we can from nature, and we need to give as much charge to our body as we can in a negative form, a net negative charge. And Robert Goulet's water device, MEA water device, does that. What it does is it creates this vortex, and this vortex re-puts a permanent net negative charge back into the water. This is so good for your cellular health, your mitochondria, your cellular hydration, and I absolutely recommend it to every person that I can find. I have a video on it on my YouTube channel about it already, so you can go back and listen to all the benefits it has, but it supports your cellular health really. And your body, like I said, runs on a net negative charge. So it's extremely valuable for your body to have that charge. Okay, so you can learn more about that. I also have a podcast with him that should be out. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's on my podcast, which is my YouTube channel is Bright Light Wellness, which you're watching, and my podcast is the Quantum Health Connection. So you can go take a look at that, and go back if you want to learn more about the MEA water device. You can go back and you can learn about that on that. Sorry, I just want to make sure that went down perfectly without falling. I have like nightmares that it's going to fall and break. You can learn more about the MA water device on the previous episode I did on that, either on the podcast with Robert Goulet, or I also did an individual episode on it. So you can go take a look at that. But that's what I use on a regular basis. It seems like a lot, but it's actually not, because people use salt and seaweed and all those things anyway, right? Sorry, thirsty today during this video. So anyway, I hope that's helpful and supportive to you. I'm not going to link each individual product because maybe I should. Maybe I will do that. Is that annoying? Okay, I'll link the products for you guys so you can go and grab them if you'd like. But I also will have my free product guide there linked for you. I'll decide which one I do. I'll either link my free product guide, or I'll link. If you get my free product guide, literally it has everything that I recommended here linked with links for you and discount codes. So that's what I think I'll do. I'll just link my free product guide. You can go grab it. It will make you kind of, when you grab it, you'll get a prompt to sign up, and you're getting on my email list, which is great to be on because you get to hear all my great information. If you don't like my information, you can unsubscribe. It's totally fine. I won't be offended. I hopefully I'm bringing you valuable information that is good, but if I'm not, then you can unsubscribe. But get the free product guide so you can at least have all my information. I go into more detail about some of the things. And yeah, and then you could have that information and the discount codes and get what you need. And yeah, I hope that that was supportive to you, and I hope it supports you in your health. And I will say that you don't need a supplement necessarily. You don't need it. There's none of those things you actually need. But if you've been sick for a while or chronically ill or you're struggling with your health and you were really depleted for quite a bit of time like me, you might need it. You might need some extra supports, or you might get benefit. Let's say that you might get a lot of benefit from some extra supports. So, do what works for you. Everybody's different. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. You can also send me a message if you want to privately to my email at contact@brightlightwellnesscoach.com, or you can just pop a question down below in the video, leave a comment. Let me know what else you want me to learn about, anything else you want me to expand on. I'm here for you guys, happy to support you. If you want to work with me, I'm taking 2 one-to-one clients right now. I have room for personalized healthcare plans. Grab some of my courses. We talked about the cell salts. Grab the cell salt course. That's a great one to grab. But if you don't know how to get your lifestyle right, you can either work with me one-to-one or from a personalized healthcare plan. Get Your Light Right ebook, I would recommend. Ancestral and Seasonally Nourished Diet webinar and recipe ebook. My Thrive in Winter webinar is great. So I have a lot of inexpensive ways to also get this information and if you get the ancestral diet plan, the Get Your Light Right ebook, you will be living a lifestyle that is going to promote health and healing, and you will have all the information you need. It's like it really, I give out the information in a very cost-effective way. And then if you need support, you can always book in a one-to-one session with me for one time. I offer that as well on my website. I believe it's called a circadian biology lifestyle session. So you can do that as well if you have questions. All right. I hope that's helpful. Have an amazing day, and I will chat with you on our next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.